Really good start. Could have had a penalty with the Rodri challenge, had the free kick just outside the box from the back pass, couple of counter-attacks. So they started really well and they gained confidence from that. The game for me completely changed in the 16th minute. And up until this point, Chelsea had 66% possession. So they'd started really well. And it's the Kevin De Bruyne chance. And I'm not going to analyse where the chance comes from, but as I said, this happens just after that period, and I think it really unnerved Chelsea. This is the goal kick from it. Now, this situation, I understand, just because Man City have had a chance doesn't mean they should do something completely different. But we know this feeling as players where someone has a big chance, you get on the ball, and before you know it, you've played 2 passes and you've lost it again. So then City keep the ball now, make a couple of passes, and before you know it, it's a minute and 20 seconds before Raheem Sterling gets another chance, and that is without Chelsea touching the ball. So they've had one big chance, this one again now. Raheem Sterling's in there, Chelsea lucky again, deal with it. Again, really unnerves them. That for me is a massive mistake. I said before on the last one with the goal kick, that for me there now, you've got to understand the situation. Your confidence isn't great in the game anyway. You've started well. City have had 2 big chances. Relax there. Slow everyone down. He's an experienced player, Mendy, in his late 20s. He then gives the ball to N'Golo Kante. All his players are behind him. There's no one in front of him. Again, City have had a big chance and there's a turnover straight away. And then City keep the ball. And this is what Pep Guardiola said after the game. It was like watching my Man City team from 2 years ago. This is what we used to do to teams. And the confidence City gained from those 2 chances and winning the ball back quickly was a complete contrast to what happened to Chelsea, who started well and then just seemed to go mentally with what happened. And as I said, I look back at the goalkeeper. There was lots of talk yesterday about who you could point a finger at, really, in terms of the goal. And you see Chelsea, they're just chasing shadows, almost stunned in some ways. And this is where the goal comes from. So for me, it starts with the goalkeeper's decision to throw the ball out. The lads in the Shiura looked at Thiago Silva, they looked at Mason Mount. I think the goalkeeper should save it. 1-0, straight from the kick-off. Look at the difference with Man City now, the actual closing. Look, who's showing for the ball now? They've gone mentally, Chelsea. No one wants the ball. No idea what they're going to do from the kick-off. Zoom in again, not getting pressed. What's on? I'll go for this, the long ball. That. I just want to stop that there and highlight who that is. That's full-back pressing full-back. He's left Pulisic. That's where you get the energy from, the confidence of the chances. Going 1-0 up, right, I'm going to go. It's almost like Man City came alive in the 15th minute because of the De Bruyne chance. And that was the difference there. The energy shown there to close down. They win the ball back. And then within 45 seconds, Chelsea, again, don't touch the ball. And then it leads to 2-0. So Chelsea got a touch on it. Don't make a pass. Again, De Bruyne, Foden. The lads in the studio mentioned absolutely fantastic. But from the 16th minute to when that second goal goes in, it was 4 minutes 50. We've seen. Chelsea made 6 passes in that time. Man City made 50. 2 of the passes were the goalkeeper for Chelsea. So in that moment of 4 minutes 50, I think it was, they'd completely gone mentally. The game was won then. Chelsea were never going to get back into that game. City could have scored more. But it just shows you where Chelsea are at mentally, how fragile they are at this moment after making such a good start. And then they just seemed to go when De Bruyne had that chance. And that shows you what can happen, you know, in a split second of the game. And now we're talking about Man City going back to where they were 2 years ago, really. And it was really worrying just watching that and analysing that time frame of Chelsea and how they went about dealing with difficult situation.